Have you felt bloated, tired, or in pain during your moon cycle? What if instead of popping pills or laying in a hot bath all day, you could celebrate it? Well, I'm done with this routine, and that's why I created my Blood Moon Elixir. It's a wonderful drink that soothes your cramping and then celebrates you in the end. And I'm going to show you how to make it. Let's dive in. So first you want to have brewed tea. So I use this Tazo. I put an M in it. So I used this tea, and then I added raspberry tea, and I added rosemary tea, and then I added a pinch of oak pepper, fresh ground oak pepper. Now you can get these teas and this oak, actually all of my ingredients that I'm using, including my clearly filter. I highly recommend filter water. It leaves in the minerals and you're able to absorb it better. And especially with these live nutrients, it definitely makes a difference. I've done it with tap water and now I've done it with filter. And I can tell you, I highly recommend clearly filtered water. I'm not sponsored. I'm just letting you know what works for me. And I never felt such a wonderful elevated buzz with my mocktail. And in the end, I'm going to show you how to make that. So what we want to do is you brew the tea. I like to do it in the sun because there's a lot of benefits to brewing it in the sun. You don't lose all of the antioxidants and you keep in all the minerals. And you also have the wonderful rays of sun. And this time of year, it's not as hot as others, so it's, for me, it's not even hot. This was out in the sun for a little bit. It took me about 6 hours to brew. I've done it overnight, and I've actually left it for a couple days for a very stronger tea. The longer it's in there, the stronger the tea will be. And so the raspberry tea is really good for the cramping, and then the chai tea that I put in there, it just adds that ground warming flavors. And then the rosemary tea also has that wonderful combination going there. So what you want to do is we have our fancy glass at the end. I'll show you how to use that. And we're going to add our focus mushroom coffee. Now, you can just buy lion's mane powder or ashwagandha, probably said it wrong, powder. Those are the two things I wanted to add, but these have like a lot more cool stuff in it that's really healthy, and I figured this is cheaper for me, so I decided to just go ahead. Here, those are all of the, it has lion's mane, turkey tail, a bunch of other stuff I can't say, but you know, it's it's a good, a bunch of mushrooms, you know. So I looked really long for good ingredients that are powder so that I can put this in my elixirs, and I'll show you how I do that. Then I got this great idea of oak pepper. You can grind it and it's fresh. It's always good to have fresh ground pepper, just a little tip on that one. And then we're going to add apple cider vinegar. If you could get the uncured one, that's better. I'm just going with really cheap stuff. It still works, so that's a good tip too. If you can't afford the other stuff, this is fine. Which one's healthier? The other, but you know, we can always do so much, but just having the intent and going through with it and balancing out all the detoxins will definitely help you in the long run. So, and then I have this fresh chili garlic sea salt. I don't know, but you can't really taste the other stuff, and it's not really a big deal. I mostly bought it for the sea salt. So freshly ground sea salt, again, that's always a good tip. Next time I'm going to buy Himalayan salt, the pink one. But they're like the same, honestly, the benefits. So what we have here is our ingredients. We have freshly cut ginger. I took off the, I washed everything really good. I pre-chopped everything. And then I took the outside of the ginger root off because I've heard that's better for you. Then we're going to add fresh sage and celery. I got all of this from my grocery store. I'm sure you could find it as well. This is the blood orange. I love blood oranges. Look how pretty that is. And then I saved a slice for the end. And I am also going to add a little, and I washed it really well. I'm going to add a little bit of lemon zest. The orange zest. I've learned in cooking that just enhances the blood orange flavor, and that's what I really want to do in this recipe. So all of these have wonderful benefits. And if you like this recipe, comment Tonic, and I will send it to you. So there you go. I use a Vitamix blender, and it comes with this container, and it goes into this one, and that's how this works. I got mine from Costco. I've never seen it online for sale, so I don't know if you can buy it, but you can use that bullet thing. That's fine. What we're going to do at the end is we're going to strain it. You need a strainer. I like to use a cup that fits it perfectly. I got this from the dollar store, this one from the Walmart. I mean, come on. I'm sure you can figure that out. And then let's get going. So we're going to add our celery. This is half a stalk of celery. I like to add my ingredients first before we add the liquid. Now, if you're new to using blending fruits and veggies, just to let you know, you can drink this as a smoothie. I've never done it. I have nothing against the pulp. I just don't want to eat it like the full-on thick pulp. I want to have a mocktail, and that's what I'm going for, and not like a big old smoothie. Actually, there's a lot of benefits to my method. That's versus just drinking it as a smoothie versus having this coagulate. I probably said it wrong. Have it fermenting in your fridge for a few days, because this is good for 48 hours. It does something, and it helps you last longer. Because the other way, like if you would use a juicer or a blender, and then you drink all the pulp, you'll need to do it within a certain time frame, or you lose the nutrients to the air. But because I add the apple cider vinegar and the pepper and stuff, it has its own little way of keeping the nutrients in there, and I don't lose all of the benefits. Anyway, so here we go. We're going to add the blood orange now. It's one blood orange. This smells amazing. Oh my. And I am going to add a little sprucey of, this is fresh rosemary. And yes, I have rosemary tea in there, but this is for the end. Pretty stuff. And so we're going to add all of this in here. I added the sage, the fresh rosemary. Now we're going to add the orange zest. We're going to add, this would be like 2 inches maybe. Just a little. See, like this much ginger, not very much. How do you measure that? Maybe it'd fill a tablespoon. Let me see. See if that helps. I'll try to measure that better next time. And then you could use a little less ginger. I like the flavor of ginger, so I make sure I add it. Now, you want to shake your tea. So now we have it all in there. And we're ready to add the liquid. So now, just so you know, when you do a cold press in the blender, you have to add liquid. And this is where I got my idea of just adding teas. And it's really fun too. So you shake it. And we're going to open it up. Right? I have to strain it because I use this metal tea and it kind of doesn't hold it all in. Sometimes the tea bags break too, so there's always healthier ways of doing all this, but this is what I'm doing for now, and I get a lot of benefits from it, so I highly recommend what I'm doing. And if you have any medication or anything, I would contact your doctor before you try something with apple cider vinegar and herbs. I heard it messes with it. I don't take any prescriptions, so I wouldn't know. I've heard that it's not ideal, so I want to make sure I am not passing bad information for people that have medication issues. Just a little friendly FYI. And so now we have our base, and we're going to add I like to shake everything before I use it. So this is just like a normal spoon. So this is like 1 tablespoon. I'm going to do half a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Just a half. I've done a full tablespoon, and I really can't, I'm being honest, I can't tell the difference. I decided I'm going to tone down my apple cider vinegar. I do believe it's good to take 1 full tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I figure I tone it down because I usually have 2 cups of my tea. That would be like 1 full tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. You see where I'm going with that. Anyway, I like to eyeball everything. Maybe next time I can use measuring tape cup or whatever it's called. Anyway, so you want 1/4. I already brewed some in there. I'm just going to add a little bit more. Not much. It doesn't need much more. And just a dash. Don't add too much of the salt, but it's really good to have in it. Just to keep that in. It helps with the flavor. It helps with the electrolytes. And then, so we added our apple cider vinegar, the oak salt. I mean, there is oak salt. I'm getting that confused, but oak pepper and the sea salt. And now we're going to add, look at this fun little spoon. Just got to say, it's fun. I don't know what the size of this is, but I'll show you how much I'm adding. It's really not that much. Just a little. It really makes a difference. It really does. It just doesn't seem like it because that's like not that much stuff, but it is. And whoops. And I'm using filtered water. I finally went and bought my pitcher. Highly recommend. Not all filters are the same, and that one does fluoride and keeps minerals in, and I can't find anything that can do that. So just to let you know. And then we're going to blend it. I'll be right back. Gotta first put it on first. Though. Look at this color. All right, so now we got to get our mason jar. You always want to make sure you use a glass mason jar, just so you know. And we're going to strain. So now you can drink it like this if you want. Oh my gosh, that tastes amazing. But it's full of pulp, and there's nothing wrong with it. Actually, the pulp is really healthy for you. But like I said, I'm going for like a drink, kind of like a cold press. And you take a spoon. I'm trying to see if I can show you what I'm doing. Can you see? You just kind of stir. Now what I like to do is, as I'm doing this, I add more of my tea. You'll see what I mean. See? And just kind of keep squishing until you don't hear it. All right, and hold on a second here. I gotta add more tea here. So it's just a matter of, if you have a normal blender, you probably could add all of this. Mine is kind of limited. I showed you what it looked like. So I can't add all of my ingredients at once. I don't find it a problem, really. All right, so just keep on adding the tea. All right, then I need to clean this, and so I'm just keep on going. See, every time I do this, it looks like I'm not pouring it in my cup, but I am. I'm in a tiny spot. I don't know. I'm trying to record better, but you're gonna have to bear with me here. You see that I'm straining all of that. I like to keep mixing the pulp with the water or the tea. Anyway, you just keep doing it till it's all the way through this strainer. And at the end of this, I'm going to show you what you can do with the pulp. It's actually pretty cool. And just keep on going. I'm going to need to wash it and come right back. All right, so I'm back. So I got it all nice and clean. We're going to add what I've strained so far. So this ritual helped me stop craving sugar. It stopped my alcohol, and I love it. It's super fun. I get to try different recipes, different teas that do different things. And look how pretty this is. That's pretty. Wow. And we're gonna keep on going. I might need 2 mason jars on this one. I'm not sure. But yeah, so you pour it through the strainer. You can just drink it like this. It would be like really thick smoothie. Nothing wrong with that. It's pretty good. Probably good for you. I want the pulp out. So that's what I'm doing. And just keep on going. I'm trying to show what I'm doing. This has a lovely aroma. It smells like sage and blood orange, rosemary. It's really an oak. It really smells really pretty. We're getting somewhere. It smells really good. What's good about this, it helps you just relax. And the tea has a smell, a lovely aroma. The fresh fruits, and I did celery, all have a lovely smell. And there we go. That's all of it. And we just kind of mix it. All right. I like to double strain it. You can, this is pretty much pulp free. Now pulp still goes in there even though I do double straining. It's really good for you to have some of the pulp anyway. And what it does in your elixir is good for you as well. So you don't want totally no pulp. Just do whatever you like. This is custom made. You're making it. Little celebration to the little moon cycle. I think that's cute. I already had mine this month, so, but I imagine it would be lovely to have a little drink. And there we go. We got it full. That is yummy. All right. Ta-da! Look at that. And then what you can do with the leftover pulp, this one's shaped like a star. The tea bag. It's raspberry leaf tea. Alright, so what I'm doing is I've dumped all of my tea bags in there. See? And you stir it around. You could add a little bit of yogurt, like Greek yogurt. Here, let me try to get over here. like I said, I'm in a really tiny spot. Literally can't record anywhere else but this corner. Anyway. This has a lot of healthy nutrients and properties, and it's really good for your skin. And this is the bonus hack. You add a little bit of honey, or like I mentioned, Greek yogurt, and then I'm not going to put it on my face, but pretend this is your face. You put it on, and it's a face mask. See? That actually feels really good. I am not like a beauty crazy person. I've been a lot allergic to a lot of stuff, so I just, after making a bunch of this, I was like, can you use the pulp for a face mask? Because it just seemed like I'm wasting something that you could use. And then guess what? You can. So I thought I'd include this part. Maybe next time I'll put it on my face. Today, it's my hand. Ta-da! And you just kind of relax. I can feel something going on. Interesting. So do you put it on your... Okay, tell me in the comments below. Have you guys put some nourishing mask on your hand before? I'm laughing because I really haven't. Like, I never thought about it. I don't put lotion on. I don't do this. Ta-da. Feels good. Now I kind of want to do the other side. I still haven't finished I still need to make my drink into a mocktail. Now I'm playing with the pulp. Honestly, if this was on my face, it'd feel really good. I'm being serious. Like, does it really need the honey? What would the honey do? I'm not a face mask person. I just looked into it. A lot of people make their own mask. This is like full. You saw me. I just strained it out, and so it's full of health benefits. See, I'm just gonna. Smells good. All right, so now I'm gonna rinse it off and come right back. My hands feel so soft. Oh my, that's crazy. Well, now I want to do my face. Oh my goodness. I haven't had lotion in years, and it feels like I just put it on. Interesting. I stay pretty hydrated. I don't feel like I have dry skin, but this is interesting. All right, anyway, now that I'm done playing with it, we are going to make our mocktail. So I have this lovely cup. It's pretty and festive, just perfect for our celebration. Feel free to get yourself a wonderful glass, whatever shape you want. And I'm going to put in filtered ice. Oops. And then, then you take your drink. Always make sure you shake it first. And leave it out for 10 minutes before you put it in the fridge. I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to do a mocktail. Oh my. So you want to pour about that much in. And then that's really good. I had to drink it. I'm sorry. It's only me that drinks it, you know. Think what you want, you know? Like, you don't do anything gross. Then, what I like to do, I get some sugar-free soda. They make some pretty healthy ones. This one's cheapened, but oh my, we got a little. But we're trying to go for this wine luxe elevated vibe, just like that. And then I'm going to put this on, and then you put a little garnishment. But these pictures always make it look so easy. Oh my. Let me try my other. I saved two because this one's a little easier. And then oh my god. Alright, so I swear a little bit, you know, whatever. I don't think it matters. And voila. That's pretty, isn't it? Blood Moon Elixir. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh my. You have this wonderful smell of oranges. Well, the blood orange, the rosemary, the sage, even though it's all blended. Sage, you can smell that. And then the rosemary that's fresh right there. Come on. I think that's out of my mic. Hopefully you can still hear me. Oh my gosh. You have to make this. You gotta celebrate your blood moon. Alright, I hope you find this video informative. And your next time you have that time of month, think about celebrating it. I know I will. Even in between. Oh my. This is the best mocktail I've made so far. It's tart. Tastes like a smoky blood orange, sage rosemary infusion with lion's mane and a little elevated buzz. And to get this buzz, you need to have lion's mane and filtered water. I'd highly recommend keeping the minerals in, which is only clearly filtered can do. Look it up yourself. Spent a month trying not to buy it, but I did. Kind of pricey this one. Anyway, it's worth it. You're worth it. Stay radiant, be wild and rare. And remember, stillness is your superpower. And if you want to find out how to end your cravings with a wonderful radiant walk, watch that video next, and I'll see you there.